Welcome to the SMB Community Podcast with hosts Amy Babinchek, James Kernan, and Carl Polachek. Produced by Kernan Consulting and for the international MSP community. We are dedicated to making every IT professional a successful IT professional. Hey everybody, welcome back to the SMB Community Podcast. This is James Kernan with Kernan Consulting, and I am super duper excited about introducing a friend and a professional here, Miss Mandy Teply with the Fit Method. She's a nutrition and fitness coach. Hey Mandy, welcome to the program.
Hello, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, thanks for joining me today. So many of you have heard me speak at different conferences or throughout the years, and frequently I do bring up and talk about that work-life balance. And a lot of the work-life balance is everything to do with your state of mind, your attitude, your physical health, your mental health, those types of things. And Mandy, and the big picture, is really here to talk a little bit about programs that she does, not only to help all of you, but she's helped me as well, get me back on track with my health and fitness goals. So again, we're excited to have you on the program. So let's kind of start off, Mandy, if you could tell everybody a little bit more about your background. You know, what was your upbringing, a little bit more about your background.
So I actually have been a certified personal trainer for 15 years now. And throughout that time, I was doing nutrition and health coaching alongside my training. But I got officially certified as a nutrition and health coach about 3 years ago. But back up from that, I was raised in small town Nebraska, in York, Nebraska, for those of you who live here. And I went to school at UNL, University of Lincoln, and majored in marketing there.
Okay.
As a child, I was always involved in sports and athletics, but I didn't really have any education or experience with nutrition at all. I was raised in the 80s and the 90s, and so we had lots of processed food in our house.
Yeah.
And bless my mom, she made lots of home cooked meals and everything, but there was just no formal education about nutrition, no guidelines or anything. So I did struggle.
How did you get educated on that? That's amazing to me.
Well, I struggled a lot with my weight as a child and throughout high school and college. I was always active, but I just did not have that nutrition piece. And it was something that I was very sensitive about. And so in college, I started wanting to learn more about strength training. And as I started to get to know more about that, I became more interested in the nutrition piece. So along with my education in strength training, I started to get some more education in nutrition, but I also just started researching on my own. I started consuming as much information as I possibly could, whether that was reading or listening to podcasts and interviews and watching shows. And I was just fascinated with nutrition and how we could manipulate our nutrition to get a better outcome or to live a healthier life, and how that related to exercise, and I just became super passionate about it.
Yeah. I mean, it starts there. You know, what's our why? You know, we're passionate about something, and you just connected that to your learning curve, and that kind of pulled you through. I too, I guess I just grew up being an athlete my whole life and played college football, and I just wanted to be the best college football player that I could be. You know, I'm not a towering 6'5" guy. I'm 5'9", but so I just had to train a lot harder to build bulk and strength and size. So I just worked out all the time, and and things are so different back then in the 80s as compared. You know, I even when I was a senior in college, I don't know if I ever told you this, but some friends of mine talked me into doing the Mr. Nebraska contest. And that's a bodybuilding contest. And I was in good shape, but they encouraged me to do that. And I'm like, oh no, I don't want to do that. I'm training for football. Well, one thing led to another, and I did it and I won. But it was, the training back then was like, it was like load up on carbs, load up on proteins, but there was no formula to that. It was just eat as much protein and carbs as you could and stay away from the fats. That's what I was told. And it worked, but man, I felt terrible going into that contest. I was so weak, but lost about 25 pounds. I think at the contest, I was 192. And anyway, things have just changed. And then when I heard about your program, years later, so this was about a year ago, everybody was recommended at the local gym to connect with Mandy. And so you really educated me on, what you're eating, what you're drinking, and it's more of a formula now. So, we'll talk about that in a minute. But so obviously you were passionate about it, but tell us a little bit more about your company and what you guys do now.
So the Fit Method is my company, and it's just me right now. But I have several programs. So my main program is my nutrition and fitness coaching program. I have a 3 and 6 month program. And throughout that program, you have access to an educational course hub that I've created online. And you're learning about nutrition science and how to create healthy habits and how to exercise to get the desired result throughout the entire program. I should mention this is all online. We do calls via Zoom or just regular phone calls. So anybody around the world could access this program. Yep. I used to work all in person, but then after 2020, I went online. Yep. So I had the online course hub. We have calls weekly or every other week. We have lots of built-in accountability and checkpoints throughout the program. And we're creating awareness with nutrition through either food logging or those progress checks. And then, of course, I have also an online training app that I've created. So if you're doing my nutrition program, I'm also giving you guidance and workouts as far as cardiovascular and strength training. So that's my main program. And then I also have just a membership for my online training program where you can get access to my 4-week workouts, and there's videos attached with me showing you how to do the exercises. I give you the reps, the sets. I help you with weight. So all you have to do is take this app on your phone to your gym or your in-home gym, and I'm basically telling you how to do your workouts to get your desired result.
And you work with all age groups, male and female, all age groups, right?
Yep. I work with all different types of people, all different types of goals.
Yeah. It's interesting. I love the success that you've been building on. And I went through the 3-month program just to kind of get me back on track about a year ago. And the things that I recall that were just mind-blowing, number one, I knew I needed accountability. So you had like a weekly check-in call. You also gave me an app called My Fitness Pal that I would log everything I ate every day. And then you could message me through that app because you would look at that as my coach and you would tell me what's good and what's not good. And you would give me encouragement or education that way. But I love the accountability part, just helping me to stay on track, number one. And number two, which was really mind-blowing for me because, I don't want to sound pompous or anything like that, but it's like, well, I was a fitness trainer at Gold's Gym and I was a college athlete and I felt like I knew what I was doing, but I just needed some help to kind of get back into the swing of things. And the education, it's so different today than where it was when I trained seriously. And It's more of a balance in your diet, which makes you feel a lot better and have a lot more energy. So what I can say is after doing the program and kind of moving on, now I feel so much more educated about the do's and don'ts of what I eat. I have so much more energy, and that all relates back into the workplace,
Yeah.
And love it.
My goal is to empower you throughout the program to be able to do this on your own through the rest of your life. I don't want you to have to go on crash diets, and I want you to be able to learn how to eat healthy and make good choices and create healthy habits on your own for the rest of your life. And even though there is like a structure for the program, the one-on-one nutrition and fitness coaching is very tailored individually, depending on how you learn best and what your goals are.
So let's go in a little bit deeper into the program itself of your onboarding, your weekly calls, what tools you use, if you could.
Okay.
Without sharing all your secret sauce, but elaborate so people know what to expect with your program.
So when you get
goals,
yeah. So usually I start off with a consultation call just to get to, like an hour-long call to get to know you. I want to know what your lifestyle is like. Are you active throughout the day? What's your job? What your goals are? What your past experience has been? What has worked for you and what hasn't worked for you? We go through a health history. So the better that I can get to know you and understand you, the better that I can help you. So then you get access to my online course hub, and I have a whole section at the beginning. It's called Getting Started. So this is like all the things you need to feel like you're ready and you're set up for success. You're getting grocery lists. You're getting little homework things you can do to set up your kitchen and your pantry for success. Throughout the program, you're getting meal plan, like ideas for meal plans, recipes from me, and journal handouts. So I would start you off with creating awareness. So to do that, like you said, we're doing the MyFitnessPal. So that would be the food logging app that I use right now. And I just have you start off the first week logging what you normally eat. I want to see what your normal habits are, how much you're actually consuming. Because people tend to underestimate the amount that they eat by about 1,000 calories per day. So you may say to me, well, I'm not eating very much, or this is what I'm eating, but you could be eating very calorie-dense foods that aren't very nutrient-dense foods. So we just create awareness through that MyFitnessPal app. If food logging is something that is not going to be successful for you, you can also just send me pictures of your food, which is really easy too. And then we get you set up on the training app if workouts are something that you would like me to create for you. And you have access to that right away. So I'm giving you your workouts. I have either 2, 3, or 4 day a week strength training workouts. And I'm giving you, we're also putting in accountability as far as how much daily movement are you getting? Because that is a super important piece to success. So are you a person who sits all day long? If so, then we're going to work on creating more movement throughout your day. So maybe if you wear a wearable tracking device like a iWatch or a Fitbit, we're trying to see what your step count is for the day, and then we're giving you goals. So you're getting access to the course hub. We get you started on that. So get you started with the learning piece, and then food logging and workouts. And then every time that we have a call, whether that's weekly or every other week, we are setting an intention for the week. So what is something that a daily action that we're going to focus on for that week so that it's not overwhelming and we're not trying to think about all the things all at once, because I have a tendency to want to give you guys as much information as I can.
Right.
Which isn't very helpful. So we try to really focus on one thing per week or one thing every other week that we're really going to work on being successful at. And And habits are a huge part of the program. I find that if I can help you learn how to create healthy habits, then you can be successful at almost anything that you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And Mandy, I love that you work with such a broad range of people. It's all about, in the very beginning, for some of us, me really included, I just need to start moving, go out and start walking every day. And just to get the ball rolling. And, we all start somewhere. So I love that you continue to work with people and up their goals and follow them both, just not on the fitness side, but also on the nutrition side, because to me, they both go hand in hand. So,
And, some people, maybe they just need to focus on nutrition at the beginning, or maybe just movement. We don't have to do all of it at once. And then as things become more automatic, then we add another piece in to keep going through the program. And then there's always, like I said, there's the progress checks. And for some people, that may be getting on a scale and doing weigh-ins. For some people, it's just pictures once a month or measurements. Or maybe it's just measuring how your energy is and how your clothes are fitting. So there's lots of different measurements of progress.
Yep, I love it. Well, we've got to have you back on the program, because I think health and fitness creates that successful mindset that you need to be successful in business. It certainly gives you the energy that you need to put in more effort into what you're doing, regardless of what you're doing for a living. But again, I love what you do and wanted to share with everybody. So could you tell everybody how can they get in touch with you? What's the best way to get in touch with you?
Yes. So you can email me at mandyteply@gmail.com. That's mandyteply@gmail.com. Or you can go to my website, thefitmethodwithmandy.com. Okay. And there I have a contact form that you can fill out. And you can also find me on Instagram and Facebook at The Fit Method with Mandy. And I actually have a free monthly newsletter that I send out with tips on nutrition. I have recipes in there. And if you go to my website or to my Instagram, you can get signed up for my monthly newsletter there too, if you want.
Yeah, you give away a ton of valuable free content. So encourage all of you to follow Mandy on social media and sign up for the newsletter, because it's great information, especially the recipes. The recipes are amazing. I've tried some of those as well. So Mandy, hey, thanks for being on with us today. Until next time, thank you. And we'll see everybody back soon on the SMB Community Podcast.